So today we are solving equations, multiple variable locations, part 1. There's going to be 2 parts to this lesson, which we'll finish the second part on Thursday. But part 1. So example number 1, we're going to have 2a plus 3a equals negative 15. This problem is very similar to the problem that we did in your opener today. The only difference is that our right side equals a negative 15 instead of another number that we had. So when you look at an equation like this, I can't just start getting rid of numbers to get the variable by itself, because I have a variable in 2 locations. So I'm still going to draw my line of equality. I'm still going to circle, in this case, my variables. So I'm going to circle both my variables. Now, I need to simplify my left side of my line of equality, or the left side of the equation. How do I simplify my left side? Why can I add them? So I combine my like terms. So what's 2a plus 3a?
5a.
So I'm going to bring down my 5a equals negative 15. Now I have a one-step equation. How do I get the a by itself? So then a equals, what's negative 15 divided by 5? Negative 3. Unbox it. Now, as you know, we always start off with an easy building block, and then they start getting a little more and more difficult. So that one, all we had to do was combine like terms, then solve. Let's take a look at the next one. Example number 2. It's going to be a little bit longer. We have 3b minus 6 plus 2b equals negative 26. So I'm drawing my line of equality. I'm circling my variables. What do you think my first step is going to be here? No. Say what? Yeah, you're going to combine your like terms. What are my like terms in this problem? 3b and 2b. Now, the operation sign directly in front of that number goes with the number. So what kind of 2b is that? Plus, or positive 2b. What does not have a like term? What number is by itself? The negative 6. So that doesn't have a like term. Now, when I am combining like terms, I always work with my variables first and bring them down first. Then I work with my terms without a variable. So I'm going to combine 3b plus 2b to get. And then what didn't have a like term? So what do I do with that? I just bring it on down. I just bring down the negative 6. So now the left side of my equation is simplified. Now I have a 2-step equation. So solve for a 2-step equation. What do I do next?
Add plus 6 on both sides.
You got it. So my left side is now 5b equals what?
Negative 20.
And I'm down to a 1-step equation.
Divide by 5. And that gives you b negative 4.
Okay. Good. Make sure you have your variables circled. Don't lose easy points. All right. Go ahead and get example number 3 down. So example number 3 is going to be a little different here, right? We have negative 6 equals 4 in parentheses, c minus 3 in parentheses minus 2c. So it's going to be a little different. We're still going to set it up by drawing our line of equality and circling my variables. Now, my left side of my equation is simplified. It's just negative 6. So I'm going to bring that on down, so I can't do anything with it. Now, my right side, I need to simplify that. How am I going to start simplifying my right side of my equation. What do I do first? Nope.
Distribute.
Distribute. So the first step you'll do is distribute. So I'm going to take that 4 times c, then 4 times negative 3. So what's 4 times c?
4c.
Okay. And then what's 4 times negative 3?
Negative 12.
Now, would I take that 4 times this negative 2c over here?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's.
Wait, you said
No,
what?
no, no.
I wouldn't. You're right. I wouldn't take this 4 times this minus 2c over
No,
here.
Not in the parentheses.
Yeah, it's not in the parentheses. Okay. So what do I do with that minus 2c?
Combine with their folks.
Well, I first bring it down. Bring it on down. Okay. After I distribute, what's my next step going to be? You said it. You started to say what I should do with that minus 2c. Combine like terms. So what are my like terms?
4c minus. I see.
And then what's the one that does not have a like term?
Negative 12.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is combine my like terms. So what's 4c minus 2c?
2c.
And then what do I bring on down?
Negative 12.
What type of equation do I have from here?
One step. Two step equation.
So what do I get rid of next?
You get rid of the 12. Negative u and 12 both sides. Then it's gonna be.
Oh, give me a second. Okay, I'm ready.
I think 3.
Nope, what's negative 6 plus 12?
6.
And then on my right side, I bring down. Okay. And now I have a what type of equation?
One step equation.
So how do I get that c by itself?
You divide c into both sides. Then you get c equals 3.
I get you 3.
That's right. Any questions on that? So the most complex equation that I'm going to give you for this is where you're going to have to distribute not once, but twice. And maybe even 3 times. Okay? But before we worry about all that, let's take a look at our notes. Maybe. So solving equations with a variable in more than one place. Step 1, simplify each side of the equation. That's what I've already been telling you guys to do. So next to the 1, put simplify each side of the equation. Then next to the little dash, put distribute, then combine like terms. Then step 2, you're just going to solve as usual. So we're going to do one more example problem today, and then I'm going to give you some time to start working on the new worksheet that I'm going to hand out to you. We'll finish the other 2 examples, example 5 and 6, tomorrow. So the last example that we're going to do today here. So go ahead and write this down for example number 4. We have 20 equals 5. And then within the set of the parentheses, you have d minus 2, end parentheses, plus 6d minus 3. Bless you. Okay, so I have my line of equality. I have my variables circled. So I'm ready to simplify my equation. Now, my left side of my equation, do you guys understand left side, right side equation?
Yeah.
What makes the equation different sides? What makes the equation different sides? What's that sign that separates your equation? Equation. What sign makes that equation separate? Our equal sign, okay? So when I say simplify each side of the equation, you're basically simplifying each side of the equal sign. Well, on my left side of my equal sign, or my line of equality, do I have anything to simplify? No, it's just a 20. Now, in some circumstances, like on Wednesday or Thursday, when we do the next set of notes, guess what? You're going to have to simplify 2 sides. Okay, but before we get there, my left side simplified. Now I have to simplify my right side. When I start to simplify my right side, what is the first step that I do? According to your notes, what do I do first?
Distribute.
Distribute. So I'm going to distribute what?
5d.
So 5 times d, and I got 5d. Then what do I distribute?
And 5 to
Negative 10.
Okay. All right. Raise your hand if you know what I should do from here then. Beyonce.
Yeah, I think I do.
Bring down.
Okay.
Bring down. So it's 60 minus 3.
Good. So then I just bring down the rest of the equation. Okay, now after I've distributed, according to my notes, the next little thing says to combine like terms. So what I want to do here is identify my different types of like terms. Brendan, give me one set of like terms. And what sign goes with that 60? Okay. Then what's my other second set of like terms, Jemiah?
-10.
And -3. Again, when I go to combine like terms, I always start with my variable first, then I do my like terms without variables. So on my left side, I'm just going to keep bringing that 20 down. On my right side, if I combine 5D plus 6D, Devontae, what does that equal? 5 plus 6? 5 plus 6? There you go, 11D. So I combined 5D plus 6D. Now I need to combine -10 minus 3. Raise your hand if you know what -10 minus 3 is going to equal. Darius? -13. So that was all part of step 1. Step 2, solve as usual. So if I solve as usual, what do I do next, Nick? Can you do me a favor and keep that shirt down? And on my right side, I bring down 11D. Then what's 20 plus 13? And my last step is going to be what, Isaiah? And what's that going to equal then? 3. Isn't that your calculator number? Isn't that your calculator number? Good. So what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Not too bad?
It's alright.
All right, good. We're going to stop there for today. We'll do the other 2 examples tomorrow.